Hi guys, this is Bitcoin Charlie at EasyCryptocurrency.com. Tonight we're going to talk about all of the increase in activity I think that's going on in this Bitcoin/blockchain sector. I think it's important to look at this because I think it just shows that the growth is there in this world, and I think that's going to be another major contributor to why Bitcoin is going to remain the dominant currency going forward. Again, this is not a buy-sell recommendation. This is not financial advice. If you do invest in cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin, do your own research. Check this out. Check out everything I say. Don't necessarily listen to me. You should always get multiple opinions and check out the facts before you ever make any type of investments. Anyway, with that disclaimer out of the way, I'm on Glassdoor here, and they're saying the rise of Bitcoin and the blockchain, it's basically a growing demand for talent. Now, this article is a little bit older. It's clear back in October of 2018, but I just stumbled across it, and it's basically going in conjunction with what I'm saying, that there's a lot of interest in this space, and it sounds like the people that are getting involved in it are getting rewarded pretty well. And if you take a look over here, the Bitcoin median, the jobs are paying well above the median salary in the U.S. So if you have any knowledge in the blockchain space, Bitcoin space, it looks like they're willing to reward you pretty well. So if you're coming out of school and you've had a background in this, it looks like it's going to reward you pretty well, because it's going to allow you to get into the space and start above your peers. So it looks like basically about $32,000 a year higher than your peers. So that's a pretty significant increase for somebody coming out of school that are getting into the sector. So above and beyond the U.S. median of jobs. And here's another one of my major reasons why I think this trend is going to continue. I've subscribed to Google Alerts here, and I don't know if you follow this at all, but my inbox and my email is getting blasted constantly with all of these cryptocurrency updates. I basically triggered the cryptocurrency word and get a alert anytime there is a new article that comes out on the internet. And this sector just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Every time you go in here, it seems like that you're getting more and more of these articles popping up, and you can click on any one of these and then go over and see what the article's about and see what they're going to. That one's not going to load for some reason, but anyway, that's not the point of this. But as you can see, the space is just continuing to grow. And as I always say, I think you should do all your research on your side to make sure that you are making sure you find out what's really going on in this space, because I will admit to you, there's a lot of what I would call fake news going on in this space right now. There's a lot of people putting articles out there to make you uninterested in getting involved in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, because this will revolutionize the world, and it's going to take over the world. So do your own research, get out there and involved, and you can take a look and see what's really going on from your perspective, form your own opinion, and get some education in this space. Because if you're not getting educated in this space, I think it's going to be to your demise, because this will take over, and this is kind of heading in that direction. But you can just see here in just the last 10 days all of the articles that have been released on the cryptocurrency space. To me, that's a very genuine indicator of all of the activity that's going on in this space, despite what you may read or hear on CNBC or some of the other channels that are promoting the demise of Bitcoin. It's in for a bear market, it's going to stay dead, it's going to zero, whatever else they're saying. So just be careful what you're finding out. And if you go over here to Indeed.com, another space that looks like there's just hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of jobs in this blockchain. That's just the first page. Then you can click on the next page. Same thing. Go on and on and on. So anyway, just kind of something to take a look at there. And the jobs are all over. They're not just necessarily in the United States. They're all over. They're in various parts of the world. So here's the blockchain or block reward for Bitcoin. I think this is a very good analysis of how the reward is working as they're being mined back in 2009 when Bitcoin first got started here. Nobody knew about it. It was on a bizarre cryptographic website and a cryptographic forum where Satoshi Nakamoto released all of this information. None of us, I know I would have never been over there, and I wasn't over there, and I'm still not over there, but it's where it got released, and had you gotten involved there, that's back when it was like a penny, and you would have gotten a reward of, had you mined some Bitcoin, that would have been like, whatever, you would have gotten probably 1 million Bitcoins or so, and you would have gotten to hold something that's today even is very, very valuable, so that's something that's become worth something. But here again, in its infancy there, it's like a venture capital adventure, or an investment where you're investing in something that doesn't necessarily have any chance that it may or may not ever work. Well, now that Bitcoin's been around for 10 years, it looks like it's putting some roots underneath it, and it's starting to grow, and it's starting to become something. But as you can see here on this chart, it's a logarithmic chart, and every time another block gets mined, it goes out here and it has a defined pattern where it's going to go through a Bitcoin halving, and we're coming up to another Bitcoin halving here in the next year and a half, I think it is. And so the reward will get cut in half again. It's, I think, 25 right now, and now it's going to go down to 12.5. So every time it keeps getting cut, the production of them keeps getting cut, but the price will probably continue to rise because more and more people keep getting into the space. And as more and more people keep getting into this space, what's it going to do? It's a defined currency, so it can't do anything but, in my opinion, rise in price because there's a defined supply. Here at the very, very end down here, there's going to be 21 million Bitcoins produced. And some of you may be already saying, well, it's got all these halvings or it's got all of these forks in it, so it's really not staying at 21 million. Well, I don't know if you guys have looked at any of these forks, but most of these forks, when compared to Bitcoin, are not doing very well. The biggest one I heard as of late was Bcash, and here not so long ago, most of the people on YouTube were promoting Bcash as the real Bitcoin, and it's going to take over the world. Well, the founder of Bcash and some of the people that are involved with it, which is Bitmain, based over in China, they're in dire straits right now. They're laying off tons and tons of their people, and Bcash is imploding. It's going straight down. Let's take a look at Bcash right here and take a look, see what the chart looks like for it. Go to CoinMarketCap. That's why I caution you. You always need to get various opinions in this space. Don't rely on just one person giving you all the information, because they may or may not be right. They may or may not be wrong. But you probably best get some opinions on it because, okay. Now we're going to compare this compared to Bitcoin, so we'll get rid of all these other charts here. Okay, there's the price as priced in Bitcoin. So as you can see, from the peak way back here about whatever it was, is 0.244 when compared to Bitcoin. And now today, it's down to 0.03. That is not a strong track record. That tells me that probably, and then you've got your Bitcoin diamonds, you've got your Bitcoin Bitcoin diamonds down to 0.77 as of right now in US dollars. But look at that track record there. And had you cashed out back in here or even back in here, you probably would have done all right. But all of these altcoins of Bitcoin are just imploding. They're not doing well. Okay, and let's just look at Bitcoin Gold while we're in here. Okay, Bitcoin Gold still got some value at $11, but when compared to Bitcoin, again, it's going straight down. It's not a good track record for anything that's... And since we're in here, let's just take a look at the latest fork, the Bitcoin. I think it's called SV. It's still at 74. It's actually got a halfway decent chart on it. So anyway, like I said, I don't trade any of these. I don't trade any of my cryptocurrencies. They're parked. I just park my small amount in my wallets and don't trade them. So if you want to learn more how to lock your Bitcoin up and how to protect it, make sure you're using valid software that will hopefully have no issues in the future, because if you're not checking your software before you're loading your coins in there, how on earth do you know that your cryptos are going to be safe? And as John McAfee always says, he says there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be left hanging one of these days when they find out their wallets have been hacked because they had malware or some type of secret software on their computer that they didn't even know about, and the bad guys had a back door into all your stuff. So go in, check out my website, easycryptocurrency.com. Sign up for the free emails, and I'll get you educated on this stuff. I give you a ton of information for free on how to get started. So with that, let's go over here and take a look at... Here is just a good graphic demonstration of what I'm saying. Back when Bitcoin got started in 2009, it was worth nothing, maybe a penny. And here's what it has done basically just in the 9 years on this chart. It's actually 10 years now Bitcoin's been in existence. But this just gives you a really good perspective on what it's done. It's gone from nothing, and this price doesn't even reflect the actual point where it's been, because it was clear up to 20,000. And this only reflects 2,500. So, but it kind of gives you a graphic of where we're at and where we're going. So, here's an interesting article that I came across. The Bitcoin Mania. I guess in the UK this past year, Google, the term Bitcoin was one of the top terms on how to buy Bitcoin in the UK. So, again, just kind of pointing everything out that, you know, this Google thing, or not Google thing, this Bitcoin thing might actually be something. So, as Satoshi Nakamoto always says, you know, he says you might want to get some just in case this turns out to be something. So, with that, we're going to close out this video for tonight, and take care, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks.